It was another busy week in the world of cruising, with more cruise ship cancellations and delays, as well as updates about ship deployments and port safety measures. There was a lot that happened this week. Don't worry if you missed everything, because we have you covered. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and we cover all the major cruise news and announcements with this latest cruise update.
Last month, Carnival Corp announced that 6 ships would be leaving the fleet. However, on an earnings call this week, CEO Arnold Donald said the company sold 1 ship in June and has agreements for the disposal of 5 ships, as well as preliminary agreements for 3 more ships. These agreements are in addition to the sale of 4 ships, which were announced prior to the 2020 fiscal year. This makes for a total of 13 ships that will be leaving their respective fleets. Carnival Corporation is comprised of 9 brands and owns over 100 ships. So there has been widespread speculation about which ships would be leaving the fleet. We learned a few weeks ago that Costa Victoria was the first ship. The company said that ship was being scrapped. The next ship leaving the fleet is from the British brand P&O Cruises. The ship Oceana will no longer be part of the company by the end of July. The ship was originally built for Princess Cruises, but has been part of the P&O fleet since 2002. This 77,000 gross ton ship can hold just over 2,000 passengers. While the ship has been sold, the cruise line did not indicate the buyer. All travelers with cruises booked on Oceana will receive a refund, or they can get 125% future cruise credit of the amount paid toward a future cruise. As a sign of what it might be like to cruise this fall, the island nation of the Bahamas announced updated travel precautions. The country announced midweek that will be requiring travelers entering the country to have a negative COVID-19 test. The test must be taken within 7 days of arrival to the islands. Also, travelers visiting the Bahamas will be required to complete an online health visa form. When entering the Bahamas, individuals will need a printed version of the visa and the negative COVID-19 test confirmation. Bahamas immigration officials will be checking for both documents before allowing visitors entry into the country. Officials at terminals and entry points may also administer thermal temperature checks for all incoming travelers. Other health measures, such as wearing masks and practicing social distancing, will also be enforced in the Bahamas.
Would you cruise to the Bahamas if you need to take a COVID-19 test? Let us know in the comment section below what you think about these new health safety protocols. Viking Cruises, which operates dozens of river cruise ships and 6 ocean ships, announced late last week that it was extending its cruise suspension. The cruise line was the first to announce it was halting operations back on March 11th of this year. In a letter to guests, the company's chairman cited the global health crisis and complications in traveling as the main reasons why the cruise line is canceling all remaining cruises through September 2020. He noted that traveling in several countries is beginning to open up, and he's hopeful the cruise line will begin operations in the near future. Travelers affected by these changes will receive 125% future cruise credit of all monies paid toward their canceled trip. In addition, if individuals use those funds to rebook before July 31st for a future trip, that cruise will be covered in the cruise line's risk-free guarantee. This guarantee means a traveler can cancel up to 24 hours before a sailing for any reason and still receive a future cruise credit for the entire amount paid for the trip to use to book a future sailing. Last week, 2 of the major cruise corporations, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line and Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, announced the formation of the Healthy Sail Panel. This collaboration was a match made in heaven, according to the company's leadership. This 11-person panel is set to deliver its recommendations to the CDC by the end of August. The council is being overseen by 2 co-chairs, and currently, the group has been broken into smaller teams that are analyzing all aspects of a cruise vacation experience. Officials note that they are considering all possible modifications and changes, including reduced capacity, changes to dining venues, and staggered embarkations. In a call with Travel Weekly, Norwegian CEO Frank Del Rio indicated that while the 2 lines are competitors when it comes to vacationers, that the cruise lines never compete on health and safety measures. He also acknowledged that what happens on any cruise ship can impact the overall industry, so it is in both cruise brands' interest to partner with one another. Interestingly, Del Rio also suggested that Carnival Cruise Corporation was not involved in the partnership, as that would have made it more complex, with too many individuals involved. Still, the recommendations are going to be made publicly available to the entire industry, once vetted by both leadership at Norwegian Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean. Del Rio indicated that the recommendations will be available for the entire industry to adopt. let us know in the comment section below which changes to cruising you think the Healthy Sail panel will recommend in August. In other news, we heard the fate of Carnival's newest and largest ship to date. Sadly, it was not positive news. Carnival Mardi Gras has been delayed again. The cruise ship's inaugural sailing has already been pushed back before for 2 months. Now, due to construction delays as a result of the global health crisis, the ship will not set sail until 2021. The cruise line announced that cruises from November through January 2021 have been canceled. The ship will now set sail starting on February 6th of 2020. In fact, we were actually scheduled to sail on Mardi Gras on January 9th of 2021. So now it looks like we no longer have any cruises booked in 2020 or 2021. This new ship from Carnival Cruise Line was set to pay homage to the line's first ship while featuring a number of new features. Among the first for Carnival Cruise Line was the addition of different zones to the ship. These include the French Quarter, the new restaurant by celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse, as well as 2 themed bars, and the Summer Landing, which is set to be a new outdoor space featuring Guy's Barbecue and Brewhouse, as well as a new outdoor themed bar, the Watering Hole. Perhaps the most anticipated debut on Mardi Gras is the Bolt, the first ever roller coaster at sea. For now, it looks like we'll need to review our schedules to see when we can sail again on this one-of-a-kind ship. With cruise lines unsure of the future of cruising this year, many are making changes to their 2021 itineraries. This past week, Princess Cruises announced it was shifting some of its megaships around. In doing so, the cruise line will bring Majestic Princess to the West Coast next year. This latest megaship will offer its first Alaskan cruises from Seattle, replacing the Regal Princess. Cruises currently booked on Regal Princess in Alaska will automatically be moved to the new Majestic Princess sailings. Instead of Alaska, Regal Princess will head to Southampton, England. There, it will replace Grand Princess, offering 17 cruises to the Mediterranean and Northern Europe. Grand Princess will then reposition to the west coast of California, where it'll offer Mexican Riviera cruises. Travelers impacted by the changes to the Regal Princess and Grand Princess will receive a new booking confirmation. Carnival Cruise Line also announced some changes to its deployment schedule. These were largely due to the delay of the revitalization of Carnival Radiance. This ship was originally scheduled to set sail this past spring. However, the $200 million ship upgrade is now going to be delayed almost a complete year. To replace some of those lost sailings, Carnival Cruise Line is moving Carnival Breeze, repositioning the ship to Port Canaveral. Breeze will then be offering the sailings originally planned for Carnival Radiance from November 8th of 2020 through April 24th of 2021. Sadly, that does mean that 18 sailings originally scheduled on Carnival Breeze have been canceled. Further, Carnival Magic has canceled its European and transatlantic sailings. Instead, the ship will reposition to Miami, Florida. While in South Florida, Carnival Magic will offer the same itineraries originally planned for Carnival Breeze from March 13th to April 24th of 2021. And there you have it. That's all the cruise news and the latest updates from the world of cruising from the major cruise lines. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know if there's any cruise news or major stories we missed in the comment section below. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, or you've been lurking around for a while and haven't done so, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe down below and to check the notification icon. That way you get updated each week when we put out brand new cruise and travel videos. You can also say hi to us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise, and thanks again for watching.